Welcome to EmpowerHouse Audio. Today, we will be doing a guided audio meditation to dissolve or break any unnecessary soul contracts that are not serving our highest good. Soul contracts are agreements that we enter into with the purposes of learning and spiritual growth. Most of these contracts are unconscious, so we don't even often know that we've made them. The good news is, all of the contracts can be revoked. Today we're going to be dissolving and releasing anything that is working against our highest and best good. Since we live in a free will universe, we don't have to continue living out these contracts or suffering through them. We can preserve the lessons, the learnings, and the wisdom from the contracts because they're always there for a reason, even if they occur as something negative or challenging. And then we can revoke them through specific protocol, which we'll be doing today. A soul contract might reveal itself if you start noticing patterns, the same relationship patterns over and over in your life, or if you experience a very intense relationship with someone, or you start noticing some kind of repetitive behavior or thought pattern that always seems to come up. Contracts and vows and agreements are recurring patterns that attract lower vibrations of frequencies within our energy fields. So it's always leaking out energy through various cords that we're going to be letting go of. Your energy is always going out. They say even every item of clothing or an object in our home draws a little bit of energy from us. So the idea is to clean up these unnecessary cords that are sucking our energy away from living the best, happiest, most energetic and productive and positive life that we can. These negative cords are restrictive. They're fear-based, and they're things that kind of hold us back from our ascension process and our highest growth. Signs and symptoms of some of these blockages or old connections or energy cords is if you feel stuck maybe in your career choices, or you're feeling constricted in a relationship, or even if you're having, legal issues or feeling unable to move forward with your choices. You can tell if there are blockages if you're experiencing a lot of conflict with others, or having a hard time manifesting the kind of money that you would like to manifest, finding it challenging to keep up with a relationship, or, just any fears or health conditions, things that manifest themselves in a negative form in our life. So in this lifetime, we can find that we have existing contracts between souls that are seen or unseen, and it's time to release and heal and clear them. Sometimes we make unconscious contracts in past lifetimes, or maybe as a result of a trauma or a negative experience. So past life contracts are often made in a moment of reactivity, so they're not made intentionally, which means they can actually cause problems for us in current or future lifetimes. An example of a negative past life contract is contract of servitude. So many of us have made this contract in past lifetimes, maybe as a result of a failed relationship, or as a way to make ourselves feel more useful or loved. And so if you find that you're one of those people that just tends to keep giving and giving and giving without getting a whole lot in return, a contract of servitude might be at play in your life. If you're always the go-to person for everyone and you put your own needs last, this might be acting out of a contract of servitude. It's also a negative contract, and it would serve you to revoke this contract in your life. You can be of service without being in servitude to other people. Some other past life contracts or vows that you might have made at some point, some common ones would be a vow of poverty or scarcity of some kind, a vow of obedience, as I mentioned, putting yourself last, a vow of self-punishment through unfulfilling jobs or maybe through illness, vow of isolation, which results in an inability to have long-term fulfilling relationships, maybe a vow of disconnection from God or source energy, which would cause you to feel lost and just aimless or unable to connect to spirit. Maybe you have a vow of loyalty to a specific religion, so you might feel guilty or conflicted if you explore any spirituality outside of that religion. Even some sort of a vow of shutting down your sexual nature to keep yourself safe. Overall, past life contracts are negative and counterintuitive, so you make those in a moment of intense emotion, usually fear or distress, trauma, disappointment, anger, without really meaning them. And so for this reason, past life contracts and vows tend to cause problems in our current lifetime. They fuel unhealthy behaviors or patterns or compulsions that keep you feeling stuck. Questions that can help someone assist in knowing what, who, where, and how you had agreed to these contracts in these lifetimes, other lifetimes or dimensions or other alternate realities, is, are there any contracts in other past lives with this person? Just tuning into your highest knowing and see what comes. What type of contracts are there? What's going on in my life right now that is not working? What may be the patterns of this contract? What did I agree to? How am I using this contract in this lifetime? What am I getting from it? Like, what's my lesson? You could ask yourself if you took a vow of celibacy or poverty or silence or scarcity and just see what answer you get. And then ask yourself, am I ready to let go and release this contract? You may have noticed certain questions provoked certain feelings about potential contracts that have awakened in your consciousness. So now that you've identified some of these, and it doesn't have to be perfect, this is just a beginning to open up to clear these energies. Now that you've identified the contracts that you want to release from your Akashic records, it's time to open up and work with the masters of love and light. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. As we open our crown chakra energy center right at the top of our heads, we connect and receive the universal cosmic golden light, connecting to the column of light in our spine, feeling the expansion of our heart space and allowing ourselves to open to the wisdom within. We call forth the higher ones in the great hierarchy of universal wisdom, holding over us a gossamer substance, which forms a panoply under which we rest together in the great peace. Within the circle there is wisdom, and below the circle there is love. God is love. And as we call forth these ascended masters, archangels and angels, saints, benevolent beings of light, our higher selves, spirit guides, spirit teams, and loved ones from other time, space dimensions, we call forth the protection of white light, and we thank you for creating a safe and sacred space for our healing and our highest good. Grant us healing, compassion, love, clarity, information, knowledge, messages, and wisdom for our highest truth. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. As we begin, please find yourself in a most comfortable position, relaxed, peaceful, with your open mind and heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose and declare with your divine will, I now disavow any promises, contracts, oaths, vows, pacts, bindings, or agreements that I have ever made that are conflicting with my highest good, including vows that are adversely affecting me presently or will not serve my highest good in the future and in all concepts of time, in all dimensions, in this life or in any other time space. Please assist me in disavowing these vows and agreements so they are no longer restricting me. I ask that all restrictions be lifted and eliminated so that I can expand and align with my higher path and purpose. Please dissolve and make null and void at the root cause any promises, contracts, vows, oaths, pacts, bindings, or agreements between myself and all entities causing any interference. These include all that may be secret, hidden, invisible, covert, unseen, unheard, unknown, unacknowledged, and undisclosed. Remove all operating systems and instructions, including backup systems and copies. Retain all learning experiences, all lessons free of trauma. I cut and dissolve all vows and contracts that I have made either knowingly or unknowingly that have interfered with universal love, light, and truth for any planetary system and the highest good of all concerned. I include contracts that are perceived to be irrevocable. Release me from all judgments, pain, and guilt associated with creating or participating in these agreements, transmuting any discord to pure love before releasing it. And now, as you're allowing yourself to relax deeper and deeper, going deeper and deeper down now, visualizing a door in front of you. This special door that leads to your Akashic records, your energy records for all time streams. You visualize the door opening and see the library hallway and walk while looking around at your surroundings. You feel the vibrations of the golden books surrounded with golden light. As you walk into this hallway, you will find a stand in front of you. Pick a book from the shelf and place it on top of the stand. Open this book of your life and see the golden light coming out of this book. This is your Akashic record. And now you are ready to see a vision or a symbol from your record that will help you remember your contracts. You can think of the questions about your contracts and then follow up with healing, releasing, and clearing these contracts from your Akashic records with the help of the Masters of Light and Love. We ask Archangel Michael and the Blue Ray to come and cut any cords of attachments, energetic imprints, entities, souls, hooks, or drains that are attaching to these contracts pertaining to any individual that comes to mind. Any individual or any situation that comes to the forefront of your mind. We cut and release. We ask Archangel Gabriel and the White Ray to release and clear and delete these files from our Akashic records and create new contracts of empowerment, courage, and truth. I ask Archangel Gabriel and the White Ray to release, clear, and delete these files from my Akashic records and create new contracts of empowerment, courage, truth, and love. Known and unknown, seen or unseen, all timelines, dimensions, and realities, all alternate and parallel universes and galaxies, all sources, By the power of grace, I now declare these contracts, vows, and agreements to be released, cleared, and healed. I ask the Lords of the Akashic Records to delete these files and clear all cellular level of memories and consciousness. I release and heal gently with the flow of love, ease, and grace. And so it is. I forgive myself consciously and unconsciously for hurting others in these contracts that I have made in all timelines, dimensions, and realities. Close your eyes and feel this in your heart space. Visualize anyone that you may have hurt and release and breathe. I forgive others consciously and unconsciously for hurting me in these contracts, vows, and agreements that we have made in all timelines, dimensions, and realities. Close your eyes and feel this in your heart space. Release and breathe. I ask Archangel Raphael and the Green Ray to come and heal my body, mind, heart, spirit, and soul in all cellular levels of memories and consciousness. We thank our ascended masters, archangels, and angels, benevolent beings of love and light in the higher wisdom. Thank you for this healing, for the blessings, the gifts of wisdom, information, messages, clearing and clarity of these contracts, vows, and agreements, dissolving, letting go of anything that no longer serves us, dissolving back into the nothingness of pure love and light. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In the coming months, pay attention to the times when you're feeling free from any limitations or restrictions. Focus on your freedom from the dissolution of these energy cords that were draining you. Encourage the freedom and new ways of being, rather than resorting to any past habits based on these limitations that were imposed by these vows of the past. Enjoy your new life. And since revoking these contracts creates an empty space, we must create intentional, empowering contracts to put into that space. If you are releasing a vow of poverty, be sure to create affirmations and a contract of abundance and generosity. If you're letting go of a vow of isolation, create a new contract for healthy, empowering, and fulfilling relationships. If you've cleared yourself from a vow of putting yourself last, create a new contract of healthy self-care and clear, strong boundaries. If you cleared vows of renouncing spiritual gifts, create a new contract of fully reclaiming and embodying these spiritual gifts and connection. If you've released yourself from a vow of self-punishment through bad jobs, create a new contract of fulfilling, exciting, rewarding work that gives you complete financial freedom. You're not stuck with any negative contract. You don't have to wait until the next life to be happy and peaceful. You have the right and the free will to revoke any unhelpful contracts that are getting in the way of your grandest dreams and vision for this life. Create new helpful contracts that allow you to move forward intentionally. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. I hope you gained great peace and clarity and a new life from going through this guided meditation to clear yourself from anything that was holding you back. You can do this as often as necessary. I'm sending you so much love. and so many blessings. If you're interested in positive affirmations and empowering, uplifting, and inspiring content, check out some of the other videos that are posted on the EmpowerHouse Productions channel. Thank you so much.